beast range just like Tom Brady. Touchdown, I just...
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, with the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone. The Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams that came into the NFL together back in 1976. The Seahawks and Bucs are underway. On the return, Dare Ogunbowale. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
56 to Mock, boy, 56. Check it, 50.
Brady gives this one off to Jones. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Throwing now is Brady. He's got Evans. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Brady to Evans that time. 1st down, Tampa.
At the 48.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
He was taken
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now left side on the swing pass, and that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
yard line.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Ball carrier.
2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Buccaneers.
Now it's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Carson.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flush to his right. Looking for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Brady. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. 22 yards there, a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
56. Check pass. 56, the mark, boy. 56. Check 56. Stop your whining. 56, the mark. 56 is the mark.
Now Brady again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey. Mark 56. Mark 56. Strip the ball.
To throw again. Brady. Again for Evans. This time he's got it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. 16 yards, a first down.
26-yard line.
Now it's the former Badger Dare Ogunbowale, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
56.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's brought down after a very nice game. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
First down and goal to go.
Now Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
And it's third down.
On third down, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Wilson, after the play fake to Carson, sliding out of the pocket. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
And out. 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
For the Seahawks.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on
the running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check 3. Hey, 60 kick. 72.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. On 1st down, it's Jones. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
On the tackle. It's a pickup of 3.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Brady. And he finds Gronk. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A long ways to go here on 2nd down.
You ain't doing nothing today. Yeah, Alabama. Showing up. Regular.
From the gun, it's Brady. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Indian to kick off for Tampa Bay.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Taken in the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 2nd down and 7.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
They run again with Carson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Carson on the carry.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And it is incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll go again to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
56.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
He was taken down by
2nd and 2. First down marker at the 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now he'll throw with Brady. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
56.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
56.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucks are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
At their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Tackled by Ndamukong Suh.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Carson. The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
From the 36, Wilson flushed out right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson on target to DK Metcalf. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. On the return, Ogunbowale. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Ogunbowale on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. First down and much more here for Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
At the 48-yard line.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
The ball carrier.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Second and 5 now. Brady. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. A gain there of 21 yards. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On first down, Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Seahawks 16-yard line.
From the 16, Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans there to make the grab. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And this part of the game's been an adventure thus far, but this one is good. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Wilson. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
A 10-yard loss on the play. 3 and out.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Taken down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 37. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The give to Jones. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28.
He was brought
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Brady now to throw. Ogunbowale on the screen. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Shotgun now for Brady. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Benson Mayowa. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
A loss of 6 yards. And it's 3 and out.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
That's good.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the